So in the previous episode, when I actually found out I wanted to become an author illustrator, the question now is, how do I find that visual language? I know it's going to be something that I naturally evolve, but in terms of like, what do I draw next? Like, if it's not a prompt book, if it's not art fundamentals, how do I find something that is like purely in here? So I kind of fell back onto visual journaling just because I'm such a natural journaler anyway, and that is something that I resonated with most. And luckily my husband managed to get me a Hobonichi Techo planner book for Christmas. It's the A6 size. Oh, it opens so flat and it's so like smooth. Oh, I'm so excited to be using this. Let's continue with this honest sketchbook tour. This is more of a personal journal, so I'm gonna keep it a little bit more private, but I kind of wanted to show like how it all merges, like my journals and my sketchbook. The first page of my journal, which I started to draw a bit, there's a lot more writing going on, and then towards the end of the month I started to do a lot more drawing. I really seem to enjoy having like my page filled to the brim. There isn't much space, and then on a rush day it kind of just amalgamates to points and a couple of doodles. In this journal I also do some like collages, and anything that I find on the day I literally just stick it down, some wrapping paper, and this kind of like marks the first birthday of my daughter. From here it kind of changes again. This is really fun to look back on. It's a shame I didn't get it all finished. I'm thinking how I can reuse the page for something. As I said, it is a very honest sketchbook tour. So this is the point where my maternity leave was finished. There were no more lockdowns. I had to go back into my full-time job and come back home to my lovely little family, and that's where I spent most of my time. But it wasn't long until I started feeling the creative itch, and I started wondering about, what if I could become an author illustrator? Even though I've admitted it, I've not really acted upon it, and this gut feeling that I should really give this thing a go. So I decided to kind of give it a go on the side whilst everything was happening. This is the point where I start feeling like, okay, right, I need someone to give me honest feedback, because I was showing my art to my friends and my family, but there was something that just felt like, no disrespect, I really appreciate their opinion, but I really wanted a professional from the illustration or the picture book industry to kind of just look at what I'm doing and give me some honest feedback, some constructive criticism, guidance, and something to hold me accountable. Do you ever get the feeling of you want to do something for yourself, but it's not the priority, so it gets kind of knocked down? And that was the point where I was at. And because I had income, I was earning at the time, I could justify hiring and finding a mentor. And after a few searches and a couple of emails, I managed to find someone. Now, they have actually asked me to keep their details private, which I completely respect and understand. But yeah, this is how it went. The next sketchbook is in October 2022. The first pages were notes, and then I moved into like swatching and colours that I wanted to use, and that was colouring pencil, and then literally to sketch every day. And this is when I also started to wake up really early so I can fit this in. Literally drawing my emotions, very abstract drawings, like how I was feeling at the time. This kind of drawing referenced like when I restarted back in 2019 as well. Literally mark making on paper how I was feeling. and it was quite fun. I think I'm kind of drawn into patterns, I don't know. Then this is where things kind of started to change. Let's take a closer look. I wanted to just do some observational drawings of my daughter in this sketchbook. So my husband was holding her at the time, and then I just started drawing her, and I really like this page. I really wanted to capture her like rosy cheeks, and then I started to draw like moments. This one I actually drew live, and I made a note on the plane, and I absolutely love the space over here, the negative space. There's like a balance to it, and then I started to draw more moments and pictures and like actually feelings, how I was feeling on the days that I was doing the practice. It was really fun. I started playing around with words as well. That's my daughter reaching towards the door, like, yeah. And then I started to like go to like the fantasy side of things. Yeah, this is kind of like reaching out a bit too far again. A very weak kind of sketch. So that's a continuation of where my drawing is. I had loads of fun in the morning doing this, so I think I will continue it. These are literally one of my latest drawings. And I'm happy to report, after 3 sessions, I got my honest feedback, and surprisingly it was a positive one. And my mentor helped me realize some of the things that I was naturally doing. You know when something is like right under your nose, like, but you can't see it, but as a third person, they can see it, you know? I really found that helpful, and actually talking about things, reflecting on things, and then watching myself back. There's a power in that. See yourself talk and the mannerisms that your body language is giving. You kind of answer your own question, and because I knew I had to show up, it definitely kept me accountable. I made time, I made sure it happened, I made sure I was doing some work. There's just something about turning up for someone else that makes me feel like, right, I really need to show something. I can't just come empty-handed. And that really kept me accountable and just spurred me on. And then all of these points boosted my confidence. It was just generally a really good, safe space where this mentor doesn't know my past, they don't know my future, they are just here for me to just be honest without any prior opinion. So there's something about that that was really reassuring and safe. Now I don't know whether it's because like I paid them and they gave me some positive feedback, but they seemed pretty genuine about their positive feedback, so I don't know how to explain it. Maybe it is my overthinking, I don't know, maybe I'm just, yeah, hopefully it wasn't, but it really has boosted my confidence in general with all the exercise and tasks that we did. They reminded me that I've already got the answers, and I just need to trust in myself and just get on with it. You know that meme, like, just do it, or like the Nike slogan, like, do it. So if you can afford it, definitely something that you can invest in. I did like a session a month, so it got spread out across like 3-4 months. But let me know if you have any questions about mentorship, or if you've already done a mentorship, like what was it like for you? I'd love to hear about your experience. If you want to see a video specifically about mentorships, let me know. I might just create one. And with that being said, the journey continues. Click here to watch the previous episode, click here to watch the next episode, and until then, I really hope you have a lovely day. Thanks for watching. Bye.